Alrighty, back to working on the planter today. Actually spent most of the day. I took the manifold off the 19 and we're going to get that, well, I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do that because you'll see it in a later video. It's going to be kind of cool. But, so I got the manifold off, spent better part of 3 hours beating my head out on that thing, trying to get the studs out of the turbo elbow and everything. Finally managed to get all that done. Had to go look at another field this morning, and it looks like I'm getting another 10 acres, so I gotta do a sat map of that field tonight and figure out exactly how much is there. And then tomorrow I gotta get seed ordered for that. And then I spent a few hours after lunch doing some painting for parts for that thing, and now I'm working on a planter. Naturally, it's a beautiful day outside. We got 45-mile-an-hour freaking wind gust to deal with. Needless to say, I'm working on the planter in the barn to get out of the wind. Need a jack stand. Get under there all the way, damn it. Oh, shit. There we go. That was almost bad. Would have been nice to work on that thing right here because it'll fit through that door, but this is here, so got to carry all the tools over there. Need this. Need that. That. Did some sandblasting today too, and now I might keep getting sand in out of my ears and out of my hair. Yeah, you gotta be difficult. Actually, forgot I don't need to take this arm off like I did last time. Because last time, for some reason, I was stupid and didn't realize I could just pick the road unit up and pull the axle out that way. Don't you just hate having them slow moments, and then once you realize what you should have done differently, or like, oh, well, that would have been easier. And this system right here is a perfect example of the old forgotten engineering adage, when in doubt, build it stout, because all that thing is a bearing retainer. Does the exact same thing as the flangettes we use now, it's just stout. And actually on the 543s, like the parts planner I got up there, they went to, this is all stamped steel. They actually beefed it up quite a bit, but it's all stamped, bent, and then got regular flanges on it. Personally, I think this is better. Now, come on, there we go. Oh yeah, forgot that one was broke. Yeah. Oh, it broke even more. Yeah, when I put this thing back together, the pieces all broke clean, so I stuffed it back together like a puzzle, shoved it in the hole, and prayed it stayed in there. And it did. I am going to take this stuff up and clean it up in the wash tank. So, go do that real quick. Alrighty, we had to face off these nuts, and they are a 1-inch 12 pitch thread, which is not standard by any means. 1" 14 standard fine thread. So we don't got a tap to rechase the threads, so what I gotta do is run them on the axle backwards to knock the burrs out of the end. Hopefully. Come on. You can do it. There we go. And the reason we had to do this was because the nuts we got to replace the ones that were on there are just a shade bit taller, and that wouldn't let the nuts run on far enough to line up with the cotter pin hole in the axle. So dadgum, it is windy. Alrighty, we'll see what happens here. I got this side all ready to put back together. We ended up, since everything wasn't tight like it was supposed to be to begin with, and this thing was just spinning on the axle instead of spinning in the bearings, it wore this side of the hub off pretty bad, so we had to put originally it just had one of these thin spacer washers on each side. We had to put 3 SAEs in it, 1 on this side and 2 on this side. Alrighty, hopefully. Yeah, we got hit on that side, so quit it. Let's see, I'm trying to remember what size those things are. I think what I'm going to do is stick a cotter pin in that side and take up all the slack with this side, and I grabbed the box cotter pins and left it in the garage. Surely. Damn that wind. Tighten it up enough the chain's over tight. Huh?
You got pretty good tension in the axle.
Alright, this side's ready to go back together. This side was actually worse than that side. The bushing was completely gone out of one of the bearings and the shaft was just flopping around in there. I picked it up and the wheel probably fell better than an inch. Man, this weather's weird. Of course, that's one nice thing about Michigan. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, it'll change. I got 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts up till 8 o'clock tonight, and then we got chances of rain slash sleet slash snow tonight, and then it's supposed to be back up in the lower 50s tomorrow. Hopefully, this is our last little bit of stupid weather, because I kind of like it to straighten out so I could start doing some field work. And I'm starting to think what happened to this planter, or these axles, was they wore in a little bit and the bearings got loose from the axle, and whoever owned it saw those grease zerks in the hubs and thought, oh, I'm just supposed to grease it, because they used those, the hub stayed the same whether you had the bearings like this or whether you just had the solid axle. So I'm assuming when they had the bearings they just stuck that grease zerk in there to plug the hole, but it was probably a little confusing for a farmer back then. And here's one of the axles, brand new, straight out of the Agco warehouse. Still even got the original Oliver tag on it. 245 858B. Back when they really wanted to know they were parts they were pulling off of the shelf, so they made the tags out of metal. Okay. Now for the fun part. You gotta weasel this thing in here. And then get two of these things on here. And then get that in the hole. And then get one of these on here. And then get it the rest of the way through. There we go. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. The other side was kind of tricky. I don't know why. Where did I? There it is. And then put the bushings on. This right here is the stuff that's fun to work on. Just so stupid simple it's not funny. And then cotter pin. Ow, ow. Run this side up tight. Where's the hole at? There it is. I can get one more. Yeah, it's still turning pretty easy. There we go, that's better. Come on, a little more. Yeah, it's more like it's kind of supposed to actually be. Come on, damn it. And there's that. Alrighty, last thing I gotta do to finish up this project is when I are tightening them axles up, they were so loose to begin with that when I got them tightened up and they're actually centered on the hub where they need to be now, it over tightened the chains, so I gotta loosen these up a bit. Come on, don't, there you go. That's more better. Since it's a wood bearing, you don't want it insanely overly tight, but you don't want it insanely overly loose either. That's plenty tight. And I may have to, after I run it down the road, I may have to recheck them when they're after they run in a little bit. Dadgummit. Yeah, like that. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Here we go. And that right there is basically the extent of the planter maintenance I gotta do this spring. Didn't screw anything up last spring other than that axle, so she is good to go. Just gotta, I forgot to mention I did get half my seed order. I got the corn in, I'm still waiting on the beans. Actually, I gotta order more corn, but I'm gonna get it from the bean guy, so. But there's the corn. I got two different varieties. 60, 62, 67, and what's the other one? 60, 64 or something, I thought. 62, 62, 67. Yeah, 62, 67, and then 64, 62 Agrigold. The 62, 67 is gonna go on that new ground I got that's pretty shitty, and then the 64, the 64, 62 is gonna go on the good ground. Then I'm gonna try out some first choice corn on that 10 acres I got today. So, but basically all I gotta do before I start planting is throw some seed in it and go through. Actually, I got to do it more than once because you're supposed to calibrate your planter or recalibrate your planter every time you switch hybrids. So have to go through, calibrate it, get everything, or get the one variety planted, go through, calibrate it, get the other variety planted, then go back through, calibrate it, and get the last variety planted. But that can wait till it's closer to planting, and I'm not bucking a headwind. So Just get everything cleaned up down here in the barn and run that thing back over so it doesn't get, or put it away so it doesn't get snow down tonight. So I guess that does it for this one. We will catch you guys on the next one.